Malcolm X. Let's take it over to the blacks. Uranus and Pluto conjunction. Jeez. And that was opposition Uranus. Let's see. Uranus and Pluto conjunction. Opposition Uranus. Wow. So sudden death. Look who in the backdrop creeping. Chiron, not too far from his natal Uranus. Right? So Chiron 17 degrees Pisces, right? Pluto in the sky 15 degrees. That is opposition to that. Wounded healer, death, sudden change, midlife crisis energy. I'm going through a change. What was Malcolm going through? He's going through a change. I just said the midlife crisis. He fit that. But had he known that damn Pluto was right there in opposition to his change, that meant death was going to come to you if you make a certain change. I ain't saying fear death, fear no man. But at least be aware. At least your security could have been tight. Now check this out here. Spirit hit me and communicate. See, that's one thing, honestly. When you start getting into astrology and you understand, I'm not about to toot my own horn. Aquarian energy is astrology, but it is a bit insightful. It deals with, see, Uranus is sudden flashes, so things come to, I don't study like that. Information comes to me, literally. I mind my business and I be twitching on my right side and all of a sudden it just start clicking. Now check this out. Martin Luther King, Uranus-Pluto conjunction, square Mars. You go Uranus and Pluto, right? Squares Mars. It's Mars in this chart. Bam, right there. I got a question, because there go the moon right there. I'm gonna raise this question because he's at a hotel. Now check this out. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at. Now check this out. The squares now, transit Mars is on Chiron. Look at this, the planet of what? Warfare on what? The energy of what? The wounded healer. Mars rules what part of the body? The head. Chiron, wounded healer. Man, you ain't gonna get me to go outside. Hell no. So if you are someone of important, please take note to that. Check this out. What had me really bugging was Venus opposition to Pluto and Uranus. Check this out. Venus right here, right? Venus opposition to this Pluto, Uranus energy, death, sudden death. Venus is a woman. He just went through a Venus return, but it's in Pisces. Even though Pisces is artistic and beautiful, but he has a Pisces moon as well, Martin Luther King. That's double the woman factor on top of this right here, Venus in the sky coming around, right? And then the moon, another feminine factor is on Mars. I'm telling you, but see, Pisces represent deception. I bet my life they tricked this brother and had him baited. Somehow, maybe a woman brought the pistol in. Because you know they say he wasn't shot from no distance. That he was popped, somebody was next to him and popped him. There was a woman around. Listen, I have another show on Blog Talk Radio / Ampu Astrology. My last guest is Dave Campbell, white guy out of Arizona, right, who wrote a book called Forensic Astrology, How to Solve Crimes with Astrology. And guess what? And I asked him on the show, go listen. The Phoenix Police Department does what? They work with him to solve crimes. The liaison between the metaphysical community and Phoenix is an ATF agent, or former ATF agent, he said DEA, former DEA agent, who is the liaison in between the metaphysical community and the police. So wait a minute, you mean in the DVD or the video that I showed you, the police are now using astrologers? Just saying. Spirit said, man, everybody said Jesse Jackson did it. Oh yeah, now check this out. Venus rules what? Libra is what? Relationships. Pisces is what? Deception. So at this particular time, this tells you, even though you're an artistic person and you're beautiful, even psychic even with a Pisces moon, all right? You have to watch the company that you keep because Venus represents relationships, Pisces represents deception. Put them together, I will run into deceptive relationships. I have to be extremely careful. So Spirit, and I kid you not, said, look at Jesse Jackson Mars. I don't want to see nothing else, just look at Mars. All right, they go to relationships, right? So Jesse Jackson was born, they say, October 8th, right? Mars is what? 17. Lord knows I've been saying it forever. I have a special connection with the number 17. All right? 17, Mars, 17 Aries. Wait a minute. Hold up. 17 Aries. Look at this. 17 Aries squares the Aries. 1, 2, 3. What's Pluto? What degree is that? 17. You mean to tell me Jesse Jackson Mars, the planet of war in Aries, it rules Aries, that's one of the reasons why the man is still damn alive. I told y'all in Kabbalah, Jesse Jackson equals 800. 800 in Kabbalah means hints, much symbolism, rainbow of promise, and the man got the damn rainbow coalition. How the hell does his last name in Kabbalistic magic equals an organization that the man has? And the man born, or the birthday they giving him, he has Mars inside of Aries, and you wonder why he can get somebody murked and the community knows it, and he's still alive? So you go shake your stick on that. Go blow your voodoo dust on that. Now check this out. It gets deeper. Because that's in square exactly to the degree. Now, I just showed you what happened when the Pluto and the Mars energy, because they both rule Scorpio, which is death. When they start fighting each other, what's going to happen? So if I would have seen this chart, hell no, you don't mess with that nigga. Get him up. Nuh-uh. He stresses you. Mars, that's anger, that's aggression. What is Aries? Me first, right? So what did Jesse Jackson say? I am somebody. Me first. All right, I'm bugging. But see, check this out. Let's go to the ephemeris. If he's born October the 8th, right, his sun would be 14 degrees Libra. Time out. 14 Libra. Where's the sun? At the day that Martin Luther King was murdered, the sun is 14 Aries. 14 Aries is exactly from 14 Libra. This means that this was Jesse Jackson's polar opposite birthday. Listen, there's only 360 degrees in a circle. On your birthday, if you are a Libra, 14 degrees Libra, there can only be one other day that gets in front of you and mirror you 180 degrees on a straight shot. Only one day. That one day that Martin Luther King was murdered, it was that day. This means on the polar opposite side, because that's what your opposition is, the polar opposite side, this was Jesse Jackson's birthday. Ain't that some shit? Now check this out. Hold up. Aries squares Capricorn. Am I lying? So, not only does his Mars squares Martin Luther King's Pluto, but his sun squares his sun, meaning the way we see each other as people is going to be a challenge between that. All right. Deceptive company. So let's move it to Huey. Transit Pluto in opposition to Mars. So transit Pluto in opposition to Mars, see, they go to Scorpion planets again, they set off the conjunction and square to the sun. Mars, So for Huey, he was actually going through a Martian return. Look at Mars there in this chart, look at there. So that's a time of aggression anyway, because it's a Martian return. Opposition Pluto. Follow me on the common denominators? All right? Now it's in Taurus. When I say it had a little Chiron energy going in there, you see, transit Mars and Pluto, they square Chiron. And where's the key? Right here. They go to Chiron energy, right? So the Mars squares Chiron, Pluto exalted, or not exalted, is at home in Scorpio, squares that energy here. That'll square this energy here. Obviously, 9 degrees squares this energy here, right? This Mercury energy then will square this. This is in opposition to that. That in astrology, my friends, is called a grand cross. Huey P. Newton, caught up in the grand cross. Fred Hampton, transit Pluto, opposition Chiron. Pluto square Uranus. Transit Uranus, opposition Chiron. It's the same thing. Now check this out. The transit Saturn opposes Mars and it sets off the square to Cancer. Cancer is the sign of endings. The 4th house is the house of endings as well. So you can play it 2 ways. Look at the house first, or you can go to the sign. All right? So it's the same energy, same imprint. All right? Something I think I want to show. Oh, do you know that Fred Hampton was murdered on Jay-Z's birthday? I ain't talking about the day, I'm talking about the year and the day. Jay-Z can actually be the spiritual walk-in of Fred Hampton. If you believe that when one person dies, a star is born, Jay-Z can be the spiritual walk-in of Fred Hampton. Look at that. George Jackson, transit Mars, opposition Chiron and Pluto. Where we at? We're going to learn these glyphs. Mars in Aquarius, being opposition to what? Chiron. He had Chiron, Pluto. So it was only inevitable that if you're born with the planet of death next to your womb, then you better be watching your squares and your oppositions. All right? Now let's look at Dr. Khaled. And I believe this is the last case study.